Okay, this is from a pre-cal class, finding the equation of a polynomial. Find the equation of the polynomial given that f of x, our polynomial, has degree 3 and has zeros at 2, -1, and 3. The reason that this degree 3 is of significance to us is because they give us 1, 2, 3 zeros, and it's reminding us, or it's assuring us, that there are no multiplicities here. So something to think about. This function is actually not too difficult to find. I guess start off like this. I would start off by saying, okay, the function I'm looking for, f of x, may have some coefficient here. I know it has zeros at 2, so that means x minus 2, because if take this 2, x is 2 here, 2 minus 2 is 0. That would make a 0 there, wouldn't it? The next one has a 0 at -2. That would be x plus 1, because this -1 right here plus this one would make this factor 0, and that goes to the zero product property, doesn't it? And here it also has a 0 at 3, which means x minus 3, I believe, doesn't it? It does. Okay, so far so good. We've used the information that we have so far, but now we're stuck at this little piece right here, and this is the piece that's a little bit confusing, but actually not too hard to work on. The most important thing is that you assign this a value. You take into consideration that this is a possibility, that there's some lead coefficient here that we're not aware of other than 1. So we're just going to look at this. We know that f of 1 is equal to 5. And therefore, 5 is f of x, so 5 is equal to a times, if you don't mind, this 1 right here. This is this 1 right here. Minus 2 times plus 1. I'm going to go back and fill in these x values. Give me a second. Right? Is 1 here, so this 1 is this 1. This 1 is this 1. And all I'm doing is taking f of that number and seeing what happens. Well, if you do this math, what we find out is that this goes to -1, doesn't it? This is -1. This is 2. This is -2. We're going to multiply these things together. -2 times 2 is -4, times -1 is 4. So that tells us that 5 equals 4a, and those of you who know me know that's bothering me, that it should be the other way around in my mind anyway. So if you don't mind, I'll do that. 4a equals 5. We're going to divide both sides by 4, and a equals 5/4, doesn't it? So our equation is this. Our equation in its expanded form is 5/4 times, and I'm going to go right back and put all these pieces back in. All I was looking for is that a value that goes right here. So x minus 2, x plus 1, and x minus 3. And probably what you should do is some FOIL here, FOIL this out, FOIL this piece, and then this one, and distribute this through to get the actual equation, but I'm not going to take the time to do that here. We can prove this. Remember that we did all this multiplication here. This whole thing came out to 4, right? So we can prove this, that f of 1, we just have to prove this here, right? We did all of this when x is 1. This went to 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 over 4 is equal to 5. So yeah, we can confirm that that is true. All right, I think we have time. Let's try another one really, really quickly. The next one looks like this, I think. Next one could look like this. Find a polynomial of degree 3. So find a polynomial of degree 3 with zeros at, sorry, I don't want to do it that way, -1, 2, and 3. They're going to give us some extra piece of information so we can find our a value, and they're going to say, remember, in the case of the one that they're looking for, that f of -2 must be equal to 80. So we'll start filling in the blanks here. I'm going to do the same thing we did in the last problem to set up f of x. Remember that there may be some non-1 coefficient, so I'm going to account for that by just calling it a there, and say, okay, now I'm going to account for this 0. This would be x plus 1, because the -1 would make that go to 0. This is x minus 2, isn't it? And x minus 3. If you're wondering how I got this, again, plug this into this, this into this, or this into this, and it turns them all to 0, doesn't it? So those are those values. So quickly through this, now I'm going to take into consideration this fact right here. And in doing that, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say that 80 is equal to a times, right? It's negative 2, so negative 2 plus 1, negative 2 minus 2, negative 2 minus 3. And these are, right? So again, go 80 equals a. This is negative 1, negative 4, and negative 5. So just do this quick multiplication. This is positive 20, negative 20. So negative 20a is equal to 80, isn't it? Divide both sides by negative 20, and we get a is equal to negative 4. So I believe the equation is that f of x is equal to coefficient of negative 4 times x plus 1, x minus 2 times x minus 3. And I think if you fill in the blanks here, right, remember we got this, when we got this, we got negative 20, and negative 4 times negative 20 is in fact 80. So again, we've confirmed this. I think if you take your time, the most important thing, if I could go back to that, is setting these things up. Degree 3, did they give you exactly 3 here? If they did, they're saying there are no multiplicities to take into consideration. Remember to take into account that there may be some a value here, and set this up. Okay, good luck with that. Hope it was helpful.